Right? And Caroline loves it.
Story time!
Story time!
So, we're talking about a Hoover Dam trip on Father's Day back in 2012? 13?
13. On that note, we have our little Penetrometer competition. Like, subscribe, hit that little bell to get our notifications, and you will be entered into a drawing for a handheld Penetrometer. We are giving away 3 of them, right, at the end of the month. And I guess we'll probably do a video to announce that, right?
Yeah.
Julie, yes, video. So stay tuned. Exciting things coming your way.
So,
On to
Hoover
the story.
Dam Father's Day trip 2013. We
Yep.
went out for Mr. B's birthday.
Right.
Mr. B's birthday. Mama B did this whole thing.
Surprise party in
Surprise! In Vegas.
We just had Sammy at the time.
Yep, and Whitney's sister came out.
Yep.
So it was like a family trip. We took a trip to the Hoover Dam, and
Yep.
I was just...
We went on Father's Day. He had never been. I'd been once before, so he was super excited.
My heart was fluttering as we got closer, faster and
I feel
faster.
like you were acting almost like you were going to meet a celebrity when we
I
were
did.
like
No.
walking over.
Before we went on the tour, I actually walked down the
I
length
remember.
of the Hoover Dam, and I just, certain points I just close my eyes and just try to feel the history.
I know. You just needed to take like a few minutes by
'Cause-
yourself to like just be there and be in the moment.
Remember, concrete is a very porous medium, so abrasion resistance can have an impact on the asperities of the concrete, and some of the weak ones can break off, exposing fresh concrete. And that fresh pore water solution, it's going to be contained within the hydrated cement matrix of that composite. So what you're doing when you run your hand over it is you're effectively
Abrading it.
abrading it and releasing that history.
Oh.
And you're becoming one with
cute.
it. And it just was...
It was really cool. And it's, I had been before, maybe, probably 10 years before.
Right.
And so when I went with Jonathan, someone who truly
Appreciates it.
loves and appreciates concrete.
Right. By the time I had walked back to the main entrance to meet Whitney and the kids and Taylor, we were ready to start the tour.
Right.
And I was very excited to talk to the tour guide, who was a fellow Hoover Dam enthusiast. And the worst part about it wasn't the tour, that was the worst part.
Right.
It was the gift shop.
Sure.
Because I went Hoover
They
Dams.
saw him coming.
They saw me coming. Like, they memorized my credit card. Like, I used all my cash, credit card, I bought. And before we
And
went,
there are pictures and t-shirts that you're not seeing here, so.
bought a t-shirt for me, for Sammy, and for Dad.
And for me.
Well, and then Dad, Sammy and I did a whole,
Yes,
generation
I know.
photo.
It was so cute.
So anyway, before I went to the Hoover Dam, I prepared for it. I've been preparing my entire life. A large portion of my life, since I fell in love with concrete, for this trip.
Quick note about this guy. Those tours you go on and there's that guy who makes the tour last 3 times as long because he asks so many questions?
Or the person who asks questions that he can answer.
That's this guy. Just to see if they know.
So you answered your own question again.
Yeah, he's that guy.
So
Yeah.
that's what this is about, the tour.
The tour.
And when you go on the tour, it is majestic. It is...
It's really neat. It is.
And you've got to walk along the dam before you do the tour to get both sides of it. You've got to feel it.
Right.
You've got to recognize what we, as our American heritage, what our forefathers and mothers,
Right.
and the children who are families to those, folk,
It's concrete engineering history. Like
holding back the mighty Colorado River and controlling it.
Right.
So you get that awe-inspiring feeling, and then you go on the tour. And man, I was standing in front. Sammy J had long hair. That was the first problem.
Yep.
Whitney did not like the tour guide, and Sammy J's blonde locks. And he said, "Oh, your daughter is adorable," despite the fact Sammy was wearing a blue shirt and a baseball cap. And
Right. He had gorgeous hair though. He's
and
a pretty kid.
and Whitney got all pissed.
I
Anyway,
know.
so Sammy got to press the button. We saw the entire mined out area, some of the old marks from the drilling equipment.
Right.
And the hydroelectric equipment too.
Very cool.
So
Very cool.
I started asking questions.
Yes. Lots of questions.
Lots of questions.
Very educated, detailed. Remember again, this guy is
Some of them weren't though.
is a PhD in concrete.
No.
And wait. And even outside of that, like any article or any
Right.
thing that has to do with concrete, he's read it or
So I've gone to the Bureau
Right.
of Reclamation, the Denver Federal Center at, that the folks who managed
right.
that facility and many facilities like that. And I've got to see, I've seen cross section of dam concrete, Hoover
Right.
Dam concrete.
Right.
I've seen, and I'm trying to get a piece. There's a piece of Hoover Dam cross section of concrete. It weighs, I think, like 300 or 400 pounds, and every time I go there, I try to steal it, but it's
Too large.
300 or 400
heavy.
pounds. But I tell them one day I'm going to steal this from you.
Have to bring a dolly next time.
Right. Well, no, it needs a really big dolly. That's like a motorized dolly to move fast. They've got security guards.
Right.
They've started protecting that place so much more since 9/11. Anyway, so first question I ask is, how strong is the concrete in the dam?
Right.
And what did he say? Strong enough to hold the water back. Like, it was just like,
Bad joke.
well, it was the 75th anniversary, and there's
Right.
public information
Right.
that's published about how some of the cores show that the 75-year strength was 7,500 psi.
Oh, I didn't.
Like, come on, like that's pretty
I thought it was
cool.
stronger than that.
And I need some coffee. And as a
It's
tour,
still warm.
it's still warm. And as a tour guide, you think he would know that?
Sure. Do you know, I feel like people generally don't ask specifics about the concrete. I feel like they generally...
It's made out of concrete.
I know, but...
It's made out of concrete.
I feel like people generally kind of ask more about less
So I also
specific.
asked, how long would it take the concrete to cool if it was just poured in one shot? It was 125 years. And if you'd only read Joseph E. Stevens' book,
Right.
or looked at J. David Rogers'
Right.
report on the
Who
75th...
is this guy that he did not...
He's a tour guide, and that was my expectation. So it's not...
Volunteer workers, thank you for what you
I
do.
just was surprised. That's all it was.
Do you know what? You should, when you retire, you should go give some tours.
Construction of the Hoover Dam.
You should go give tours at the Hoover Dam.
This is an amazing book. It actually goes into, an aerial view of it, but also cross sections and the design of the structure, the different hydroelectric equipment. So you can go into specifics about, the amount of concrete and steel that was used, the size of the footings, the size of the cubes that were poured. I mean, this is just, there's a lot of exciting information.
I agree. No, I agree. There is exciting information, but I don't think most people
So,
spend their time.
I don't spend all my time. I just really, I think
You love it.
it's one of the modern, or it is one of the wonders of the modern world.
Agreed.
And if you don't consider that, you would have to say that, especially if you consider it was started in the 20s, went into the 30s. 6 different companies getting together. Starting out camp formation, randomly throughout that canyon, and then it turned into a whole city, into like a militarized
with all the
zone.
workers that were there.
And,
yeah,
and,
it was.
and the number of people that died, and,
Right,
and,
right.
I mean, it created communities out there, and
Absolutely.
I think it could be argued that it helped create Las Vegas.
Sure.
So, it is part of our American history, heritage,
Right.
and. There are some more amazing dams out there now. And listen, I don't claim to be an expert on the Hoover Dam. There are much smarter people than me out there. One of them is upstairs.
Sure.
And I cannot wait till David talks to us about the Hoover Dam. I'm like, excited. But go see it. Take your family.
Yeah,
or just go.
it's really neat.
If you don't have a family,
It's
I don't
very
know why
cool.
that matters. Take your dog. I don't think you can take
Just
dogs.
go. Just go. It definitely is a neat experience.
And going back to the tour guides, they did a great job. I was pissed off about one question. I asked, they did a great job. I asked, is it okay for the dam to leak? And he said, yeah, that's fine. So when I talked to our expert on dams, on that, he said all dams leak.
Oh, really?
So I was pissed off. I didn't say he was wrong. I said I was pissed off.
Sure.
How do you not know the strength? And then I asked him the cooling pipe question. And the copper pipes. Didn't know. How do you not know?
I feel like these are
the size of the cubes. Oh.
fairly specific questions.
Still, they did a great job showing that many people.
I agree.
That many tours going on.
I do think though that we should maybe, once we retire, take a summer and you can go give tours at the Hoover Dam and teach the tour guides how to give a real tour.
I would love to do that.
I know.
I would love to do that. That would be a dream come true. That would be, I think, this is how I know I, completed all the things I ever wanted to do.
Bucket list item?
No, I wouldn't call it being a dad. That was my bucket list item.
The whole thing?
Yeah, whole bucket list. That's all I ever wanted to do. That was my Mount Everest. That was
You're so cute.
Going to the Olympics, being a dad, and of course meeting the perfect woman. Brownie points.
Yeah, you're cute.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Anyway, thanks for joining us today. We had a great time. Hope we didn't waste any time, Patchouli.
She will cut out what is necessary.
What else am I adding? Why are you working in the dark? What else am I adding? Or we adding?
We're good.
Okay, thanks for joining us. We'll include some links in the description below. Let us know if you have any concrete questions.
Have a great day.
Go concrete!
Beat asphalt.